This is Back to Me 2011, also known as Nurse Nene, and I'm here today to shoot an updated video. I know I have not talked to you guys in several months, and I've just been going through life. So I think I'm gonna make this a life update video. I might have made a life update video before, but I didn't go into a lot of detail. But before I get started in that, I want to thank everyone who has been subscribing and is still a subscriber. I see that I've had several new subscribers on my channel, and I want to say thank you for watching my nursing videos. Also, the ones that have been waiting for a long time to find out what is going on with Renee, what is going on with Back to Me 2011. Well, I'm still here, honey. I've been going through some life changes. I've been going through quite a bit of a emotional roller coaster, and I am going to share that with you guys. I'm ready to start sharing some more stuff with you guys. I'm pretty much an open book, um, and I guess that comes with the territory of being able to teach people life lessons. And I'm not ashamed, or I'm not, sorry guys, I'm picking in my eye. I'm not ashamed to share stuff because, I don't know if some of you guys ever heard the phrase, what goes on in a home, stay in a home, or what goes in your house, stay in the house. To some extent, that is true, but then again, at the same time, how can a man and a woman, a young boy or a young girl, learn through life experiences by always keeping stuff like sheltered. Um, so with that being said, I have no problem um, speaking about what I'm going to be talking about now and in the future. And before I get into that, I just want to show you, because we talked about this um, many moons ago, several videos ago, about my name change. I'm still going to keep Back to Me 2011, but I think what I'm probably going to do is, well, what I've already done is, if you can see my shirt says Nurse Nene Speaks. So I have a logo, guys. Yes, I've been doing so many different things. It's not even funny. And I came up with Nurse Nene Speaks not for YouTube, but because of the life-changing events that's been going on in my life, and I just wanted to share with you guys. I was supposed to come on here yesterday, and I had a eventful day yesterday with my beautiful children, and I mean, they just totally switched my mood. I was YouTube ready. Thank God I have a second shirt like this, because I wore the shirt yesterday to help get me, geared up and get me ready so I can start shooting some videos. And then um, a couple of things happened with my children, and I mean, when I say they threw me off, they threw me for a loop yesterday. I was just, whew, I was hotter than fish grease. Put it like that. I was just hotter than fish grease with them yesterday. But anyway, life update. Where can I start? The I think I shot a couple of videos. I believe I shot a couple of videos after the hurricane Irma, who passed through South Florida last year. And I probably talked to you about my nursing career, how it was going. I am still a telemetry nurse. I am still working for the same hospital. Um, it's been a year and almost 2 months since I've been working at that facility. And I've been a nurse for maybe almost like a year and a half now. I started off in a nursing home, and then I finally transitioned to a hospital. And I was working it's so funny because I was working as a nurse, and I was working as a PCA. I was working as a PCA in one hospital, waiting for them to transfer me to a nursing role, and I was working at a nursing home, assisted living facility. And I left the assisted living facility, stayed at the hospital where it was my dream hospital, still is my dream hospital. And they were just taking too long to just transfer me, and I ended up going to a different hospital, a hospital I never worked with worked for before is in my area, and what can I say about that? So I'm there now, like I said, and do I like being a telemetry nurse? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I like being a nurse, period. Do I like being a telemetry nurse? Not a lot. I thought I loved the heart, and I think to some extent I do, but I believe because of the acuity of patients that I'm working with at this time in this facility and how they run um, that floor, it's not giving me the opportunity to be able to really get a little bit in depth with what's going on. And what do I mean by that? When I finished nursing school, yet my brain was burned out from the NCLEX. I don't know how many of you guys have taken the NCLEX, but for myself, my brain was burned out. Like I just was done. Um, I felt like I couldn't think. I felt like I didn't know what was going on, and I think that is partially due to not only me being burnt out from the NCLEX, but also just coming in into a new role and wanting to make sure that I, knew what was going on with my patients. And as I continued to grow as a new nurse, I one thing that always comes up is time management. I learned how to get time management under control. Then it was like, the patients, they expect, especially, I don't care, like even now I'm a year out season. And when I walk in the room first thing in the morning, it's like, okay, so what the doctor said, da da da, like, what's my plan? And I'm like, okay, good morning, how are you? I haven't even gotten a report yet. This is why I'm here with this nurse. And then the nurse gave me a report, and by the time I pull, if I get a chance, I try to make it, I try to, when I get my report from my nurses and I sit down and they're, leaving, I look at who I'm going to see first. I look at who needs certain care at like right now, and I go from there. And then another thing I try to do is I look in the nurse's notes and try to see the plan, what the doctor has for them to do, or what is the plan for them. So when I come in the room and they ask me, because it's like right then and there they think I know their whole life story, and I'm like, let me at least walk in and at least know what the plan is for them, or what was stated in the note, what the plan is for them. And the plan is usually explained to them, like, okay, we're going to keep you on Tickerson protocol. Tickerson is a medication to help regulate the heart rhythm. And if they've been there for a couple of days, they want to know, okay, what's the next step? Well, if your heart rate has it, or not your heart rate, if your heart rhythm has it converted to sinus rhythm using this medication, then we're going to have to send you down to get cardioverted, things of that sort. So I try to know what's going on with them. And another funny thing is, to work on a telemetry floor, we're kind of like, we have some med surge type of stuff going on there too. And one of the biggest things we do have is a lot of bariatric patients that come over as well. We have a lot of GI bleeds. We have a lot of acute kidney injuries. We have a lot of acute respiratory failure. Some way, somehow, some type of cardiac issue. Maybe they had hypertension, a history of that. They had a history of AFib, but they always found their way on our floor. Bariatric patients, a lot of them may have hypertension, and some of them may not have hypertension, but they find their way on our floor. They always on our floor. And we have a big med surge unit, but it's just the fact that, I guess they come on our floor. So anyway, I try to make that plan for the patients and stuff like that. And I was thinking basically when I became a nurse that I'm dealing with nothing but telemetry stuff. But I'm also dealing with other I know that patients have a history and they have other medical issues and stuff like that, but I have to pay attention to this patient who's here for acute respiratory failure, who should be probably on a respiratory med surg floor, but they're on our floor. So now I have to think a lot about the respiratory issues, and does this patient have COPD, and making sure the pulse ox is on, and making sure I have the correct tubing for this patient, like the nasal cannula, if I'm going to be using a non-rebreather mask, and if this person needs trach care for some reason, like all this different stuff. Like I knew it came with that, but then it's like some stuff is kind of like, why is this patient on our floor? They need to be somewhere else. But anyway, the acuity of the patients, it's it's a lot. And when I come home, because for some of you guys knew that I was in the bachelor's program, and I had to actually put that off in, well, I didn't put it off. Yes, I put it off. In May, I stopped. That was my last class, and I haven't been back yet. And there's a reason for that. I'll let you guys know. But I was coming home, still doing homework, trying to understand what happened at my job today, try to figure out how will I handle the situation. It was a lot. It was a lot to deal with, along with what was going on in my life. So, what happened was